Lesson 5, Investments Involving Regular Payments. So this is a way to solve for regular payments. So the calculator can help you solve for unknown values. It can help you solve for the length of time. It can help you solve for the payment amount. It can solve for anything. So what you have to become familiar with is all the words. So N is the number of total payments made. You take that by taking the number of payments per year and times it by how many years. IY is the annual interest rate as a percent. PV is present value. It's usually 0. Payment is how much you're paying, and we always put it in as a negative. Future value is what you want it to be in the future. PY is the number of payments per year. CY is number of compounds per year. So you're saving for a trip in 5 years. You deposit $500 at the end of each 6-month period. You earn 3.8% compounded semi-annually. The future value of the investment is 5449.9. So this is giving us all the information. We're then going to use the calculator to show that we can find all the values. So first let's find our N value. Our N is taken by how many payments we make per year. So it's twice a year, 6 months. So it'd be 2, and we do this for 5 years. So our N value is 10. Our interest rate as a percent is 3.8%. So 3.8. Our payment is negative 500. You always put it in as a negative. The future value is 5449.90. The present value is 0. We're starting with no money. Compounds per year is 2, and payments per year is also 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to show how to find any value. So first we're going to start with the future value. So how the calculator works is the calculator stores any of the numbers you put into it, and it will compute any number you are looking for. So you can only ever have one missing. So if we're looking for our future value will be missing. So if we want to type the number in, so for the number of the term payments made, first you type 10, so click 1, 0, and then you would hit the N button. And what that has done then is it has stored 10 in as your number of payments. Then we can put our interest rate in. So put 3.8, then hit IY. Now it has stored our interest rate. Now we can go 500. And when you put the negative sign, which is the plus and minus sign, you have to push it after. So 500 plus or minus payment. So now we've inputted our payment. Then we put 0 for our present value. So see how we've used all of those. Now, to get to compounding periods, what you have to do is it's right here. So you're going to hit second function IY. And now to input your compounding periods and your payments per year, first you're going to put your payments per year in. So we make 2 payments per year, so you're going to push 2. Then you're going to push the enter button. Now we want to check our CY. So to find CY, you're going to push the up button. And then you're going to input your whatever your compounds per year are. So our compounds per year was 2. So you're going to put 2, then you're going to push enter again. If you don't push enter, it doesn't save. So now we need to get out of that. So we're going to push second function and then quit. So now, if you've noticed, we've done N, we've done I, we've done payments, we've done future value, or we haven't done future value, but we've done present value, CY, and PY. So all that's left is future value. So to find our future value, you're going to push compute, so CPT, and then you're going to compute the value you're looking for. So we're looking for our future value, so push FB. And when that happens, it should give you your future value, which is 5449.90. All right, part C, we're looking for the annual rate of interest. So we have to input everything else. So we'll start with the numbers. So we'd write in 10, then our N. We're skipping interest. Our present value is 0. When I do this, I honestly just go all the way across like this. We know our payment would be 500. Then you want to put your negative in for our payment. Our future value is 5449.9. Now we want to get to our CY and our PY. So you go second function IY. Now we're going to go our PY, which is 2. Then we're going to hit enter. Then we're going to hit up to get to our CY, which is also 2. Enter. Now we want to quit, so you go second function compute. Now we've done everything we need except for the interest rate, so we're going to compute interest rate. And you should get 3.8. Or rounded up, it'll be 3.8. For D, we're going to use the calculator to find the payment amount. So we're going to go left to right and enter all of our data. So first is our N. So we go 10 N. Now we know our interest rate. So we go 3.8 interest rate. Our present value is 0. Our payment we don't know. But our future value we know to be 5449.9. Now we want to get IY and PY, or PY and CY, so second function IY. Now we do our PY first, so 2, enter. Then we go up to CY, and we go 2, enter, and now we're going to quit, so second function compute. Now we're done, we've got all of our values except for our payment, so we're going to compute our payment. And your calculator screen should give you negative 500. Alright, the last example we want to show how to find the length of term. So we're going to start with IY, so we type in 3.8, hit the IY button. Then we're going to do 0, hit the present value button. Then we're going to go 500, negative, hit the payment button. Now we're going to go to the future value, which is 5449.90, future value. Second function IY. We want to find our PY. So our PY is 2, so we'd hit 2, then enter. Then we go up to CY. Then we hit 2, then enter. Now that's done, so we're going to hit second function, compute. Now we've done all we can. We just have to compute our answer. So compute n. And you should get 10.000. Now, that's our number of payments. If you have to determine how many payments you made per year, we know that we did this for 5 years, so we divide this by 5 and you get that there are 2 payments per year. Alright, applying this. You deposit $750 into an investment at the end of every 3 months. There's compounded quarterly for a term for 3 years. The future value is $10,059.07. What's the interest rate? So we're going to input all of our values, so let's just write all of our values. We have N, IY, PV, PMT, FV, and then we have PY and CY. So we're making payments 3 times a year for 4 years. Other way around, 4 payments a year for 3 years, so there's 12 payments altogether. Our interest rate, we don't know. Our present value is 0. Our payment is minus $750. Our future value is $10,059.07. Our interest rate, PY, is 4 because we're making 4 payments a year, and it's compounding 4 times a year. So to type this into our calculator, first you're going to do 12N. Then you're going to type 0 PV. So 12, then N. Then you'll type 0 PV. So 0 PV. Then you're going to type in 750 negative payment. So 750 negative payment. Then we're going to go second function IY to get to our PY, and our PY is 4, so you go 4, enter. Then you're going to go up to CY, and then you're going to push 4 for CY, and then enter. Now you need to quit out of that screen, so you'll go second function compute to quit. And now, since we've gone through all of our variables, our last step is to compute our answers, so you'll put CPT IY. And the answer you should get is 8.00, which is 8% interest rate. So if you type something in wrong, you won't be able to get to that number. The hardest part is determining these. You want to have $300,000 in 20 years so you can retire. You fund an account that earns a fixed rate of 10.8% calculated annually. How much will you need to invest at the end of each year to meet this goal? How much interest did you earn? So, that's not the question at all. Let me find the right one. Just kidding. It was the right question. Okay, let's go. N, IY, PV, payment, future value, PY, and CY. And if you can't remember, they're all on your calculator. So for the amount of payments you're making is in 20 years, and you're making them once a year, so 20 payments. Your interest rate is 10.8. Your present value is 0. We don't know our payment. That's what we're looking for. We want our future value to be 300,000. It is 1 payment per year, and it's compounded once per year. So to type this into our calculator, first we are going to do N. So you type 20N. So 20N. Then you will type in 10.8 IY. So 10.8 IY. Then we'll do 0, PV. Then we'll do 300,000, future value. Now we're going to go second function, IY. So that's going to take us to our PY. For PY, we're going to go one payment per year, so 1, then enter. Now we want to find our CY, so first we click up, then we push 1, and then we push enter. Now we want to quit that, so second function, compute. And now we're done everything, we just need to find our answer, so we're going to compute our payments. And it should come out to be -4781.09. So you're making regular payments of $4,781.09. And for the last example, on your 20th birthday, you start making regular payments of $1,000. So let's go N, IY, PV, PMT, FV, PY, CY. So payments of $1,000. And you're going to do this at the end of every 6 months, so you're making 2 payments a year. You invest at 3.5% interest rate. And it's compounded semi-annually, so 2 times a year. At what age will you be able to make a down payment of $1,800? So we don't know N, because this is unknown to us. So we know that our future value, or our present value is 0, our future value is we want to make it to 18,000. I don't know why I wrote negative. So to figure this out, we're going to type this in first, our interest rate. So 3.5 IY. Then we will do our present value. So 0 PV. Then we will do our payment. So minus 1,000. Remember to put the minus at the end. Then push the payment. So 1000 negative payment. Now we're going to do the future value. So 18,000 future value. Now we want to get to second function. So we'll go second function IY. And that will take us to our PY, which is 2. So we go 2 and then enter. Now we want our CY, so we're going to go up, and then it is 2. So we hit 2 and then enter. And now we need to get out of that screen, so we're going to hit second function, compute. And that's all done now. So now we want to compute our answer. So we're going to hit compute, and we want to hit N. And what you should get is 15.78. So roughly 16. And what that means is we've made 16 payments. And we know that we're making 2 payments per year, so we're going to take that number and divide by 2. So that means it's going to take 8 years for this to happen. It's your 20th birthday, so you will be 28 when you have $18,000.